In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Motorola Moto 360, the 2015 version. We've got the 46mm one here, and I've also got the 42mm version. Full review is up on notebookcheck.net, notebookcheck.com, but in this video I'll take you around a few of the features of this Android Wear watch. One unique feature, talk about the screen, the battery life, and I'll give you a list of pros and cons at the end of this video. It's the Motorola Moto 360. So let's start off with the Moto 360 on its charging stand here, where it rotates the screen and gives you a little sort of a bedside clock mode where you can choose colours and the brightness fades down to a nighttime mode. As you can see, we've got both 42 and 46mm versions. That's the 46mm on the left, and there are a lot of choices in terms of bezel and watch straps as well. Let me give you some of the specifications. So it's Android Wear 1.3, running a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 with Adreno 305 graphics, 512 megabytes of RAM, and 4 gigs of flash storage. Weight on the 46mm version is 1.29 grams, and it's under 100 grams for the 42mm version. If we switch to a lighter watch face, you can see there's a little bit of the screen missing at the bottom there. Well, that's where the ambient light sensor is. It has the advantage of you not having to mess around with brightness settings, but the disadvantage that obviously there's a little section of the screen missing, and those that are style conscious might be unimpressed with that. There's Wi-Fi included alongside Bluetooth for connectivity inside these watches, so that allows you to keep the watch connected online and updated even if you haven't got your phone around. So for those that don't carry their phone everywhere, that's important. And that might also be important if you're in the shower, for example. These are IP67 completely dust resistant and water for 15 to 100 centimeters at up to half an hour. So not a long time in the swimming pool, but certainly you can keep this on in the shower, in the bath without a problem. And those are the situations where you might appreciate that it stays connected over Wi-Fi. There's a stainless steel casing. The underside is plastic, and also on the underside you have the heart rate monitor. There's Corning Gorilla Glass 3 across the watch face to protect that. In terms of movement sensors, there's a three-axis accelerometer, which isn't as good as the sensor system on the Huawei smartwatch, for example. So the pedometer's accuracy was a little bit off. We could actually shake the device or move our wrists to register more steps than we were actually doing. The screen resolution is 360 by 330, that's the 46mm version, 360 by 326 on the 42mm version, both of those under 300 ppi, and you can actually see some pixelation. Brightness is pretty good. 555 nits is the maximum we measured. That's on level 5 brightness if you push it up manually, and also when the ambient light sensor was enabled, so that's pretty good. Black levels weren't too high, so the contrast sits below 1000 to 1, and that does affect some of the outdoor visibility. If you look at these 3 pictures of outdoor brightness level 1, level 4 and level 5, you can see that it's not completely readable in outdoor conditions, but it's certainly, because of that ambient light sensor, when you go to look at the device, switches up to the level that it thinks it should, so it gives you that ability to walk in, being in a room, and walk outside and not have to worry about setting brightness levels manually. Let's talk about battery, really important. They claim 1.5 days runtime, which really equates in practical terms to 1 day runtime if you're charging once per day overnight. In our tests, we ran it with Wi-Fi and a permanently enabled display for 12 hours and used 75% of the battery. So that might be enough for the average user for 1 day of use, but this is certainly not a 2-day device. Charging every night is still required. Pros and cons then: premium materials and a good design. This has got a heart rate monitor built in, and the Wi-Fi is a good connectivity feature to have as well. The wireless charging dock and that little bedtime mode is pretty good, and IP67 support also good for waterproof up to 1 meter for up to 30 minutes. The ambient light sensor is a good feature, but it is a bad feature because it's poorly positioned. It disturbs the looks of the style of the screen. Battery life isn't great, 1 day plus, and the sensors aren't as accurate as on other smartwatches. We did notice that the Wi-Fi was sometimes unreliable. More details on all that in the full review at notebookcheck.net. So obviously the flexibility and design is one of the main features here of the Moto 360. The fact that it's got Wi-Fi built in is good, and the ambient light sensor, as long as you don't get too annoyed about that little chopped off bit of screen there, is actually a very good feature of the Moto 360. Full review is up at notebookcheck.com, notebookcheck.net, and we'll see you on another Notebook Check Tech review. Thanks for watching.